When I saw him, I just knew that he was perfect for Money Mike. And, you know, Katt.
Nobody on this earth is gonna break me, right?
Rickey Smiley knows this, and I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie.
Why is Katt Williams taking shots at Rickey Smiley again? And what jaw-dropping secrets might Ice Cube be hiding about the Friday After Next drama? Could there be untold stories of what went down behind the scenes with Rickey's co-stars?
He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Rickey Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Rickey Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Well, it looks like it did, because these new jaw-dropping allegations by Ice Cube are making waves, and they might just bring Rickey Smiley's career to a screeching halt. What's even wilder, it seems like Katt Williams was right all along. It's been over 20 years since Friday After Next became a comedy classic, but the behind-the-scenes drama is far from over. This time, the spotlight is on a simmering feud between Katt Williams and Rickey Smiley over the legendary role of Money Mike. Yep, the unforgettable pimp character at the heart of the laughs in the movie was also at the center of some serious casting drama.
He had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike.
Wait.
And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus man.
You were originally supposed to play Katt Williams' character.
Yes. And Katt Williams was supposed to play my character.
Stop the
and
cat,
somebody
Rickey.
said, no, we want you to play Mike.
The thieving-ass
Mike.
Santa Claus.
Right, and then, yeah, because Katt Williams was going to be the Santa Claus.
Right.
Rickey did give Money Mike a shot. But when we saw him and, you know, we kind of saw how he moved and how he was, you know, auditioning, we decided that he would be a better, you know.
Ice Cube, the mastermind behind the Friday franchise, recently spilled some tea that reignited this old beef. According to Cube, Rickey Smiley was initially considered for the role of Money Mike, but something happened that led to Katt Williams stepping in, and fans are now questioning what went down behind the scenes. Katt has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind, and over the years, he's dropped subtle hints about the casting drama. Meanwhile, Rickey has largely kept quiet, leaving fans to speculate whether there's more to the story. Rickey Smiley has been claiming for years that the role of Money Mike in Friday After Next was originally his. In an interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, he stated, "They gave my role to Katt Williams, and the rest is history." According to Rickey, he had been cast for the iconic character, but the studio chose to go in a different direction. On his own Rickey Smiley morning show, he doubled down, saying, "I have no reason to lie about that." Rickey even admitted that the decision to rework the character as a flamboyant pimp, played by Katt, was ultimately a better choice. They added that whole pimp twist to the character, which made it funnier. There's no way I could have executed the role like that. And honestly, I'm glad they made that decision, Rickey confessed. But Katt Williams wasn't having it. He completely dismissed Rickey's version of the events with some fiery words. Speaking on Club Shay Shay himself, Katt laid it all out, saying, "This man told you that he had Katt Williams' role. He was going to be Money Mike, and Katt Williams was going to be the Santa Claus. We auditioned in Los Angeles. I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. So you're saying all 201 of us were auditioning for a role you already had and had already shot in 4 days?" In other words, Katt called Rickey out, questioning how over 200 comedians could have auditioned for that role that Rickey claimed was already his. It's a fair point, and one that has fans scratching their heads. With all this drama bubbling up, Ice Cube, the producer and star of the Friday franchise, decided to step in and clear the air. In a 9-minute Instagram video, Cube finally explained what really went down. According to Cube, Rickey's story wasn't exactly how things unfolded.
What's cracking? It's your homie Ice Cube. Just wanted to address a few things. You know, everybody been checking out the internet. My man Katt Williams. You know, first of all, I just want to say, you know, we shot that movie over 20 years ago. So, you know, when I saw him, I just knew that he was perfect for Money Mike. And, you know, Katt, you know, said he wrote his role, which, I mean, the role was written, but he enhanced it. This is why Katt was was so dope in the movie.
As you can see, Cube was clear that while Rickey had the chance to audition for Money Mike, it was Katt Williams who truly impressed everyone. Cube said, "When we saw Katt, I just knew he was perfect for Money Mike." But it wasn't just about picking Katt over Rickey. Cube also acknowledged that the role of Money Mike grew in importance because of Katt's incredible performance. He explained, "The role was written, but Katt enhanced it. That's why he was so dope in the movie." Initially, Money Mike was a smaller character, about as big as the Santa Claus role. But once filming started, Katt brought so much energy and charisma that the role kept expanding. "We kept giving him more to do because he was on point," Cube added. And here's where things get even more interesting. After landing the role, Katt Williams allegedly added a clause to his future contracts, saying he wouldn't work with Rickey Smiley again unless Rickey wore a dress. Katt revealed this on Club Shay Shay, stating,
He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Rickey Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Rickey Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Katt was quick to point out that it was exactly what he'd put in his contract. He even compared Rickey to Tyler Perry, another comedian known for playing female characters. Katt jokes, him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women. Rickey, however, wasn't shy about defending himself. He explained that his decision to wear a dress on First Sunday wasn't because of any supposed clause in his contract with Katt, but because that was what the script called for. He even brought up legendary comedians like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy, who also dressed as women for certain roles, insisting that doing so doesn't take away from their masculinity.
Bernie Jenkins, Tyler Perry did. There's a lot of comics and a lot of comedy greats that did characters for the sake of funny, for entertainment, for the sake of the laugh. And it has nothing to do with nobody's comfortable in the role. Nobody wants to put on a damn dress or comfortable in it, you know.
Ice Cube also didn't shy away from addressing a serious rumor that Katt Williams once brought up about Friday After Next. According to Katt, the original script allegedly included a highly offensive scene that nearly made him turn down the role. However, Cube firmly denied this, saying, "I would never shoot an essay scene in a movie, especially like Friday, where you actually see this happening on camera." He emphasized that while the film was raunchy and over the top, it never crossed certain moral boundaries. But the drama doesn't end there. Rickey Smiley might be famous for his larger-than-life personality and comedic genius, but behind the laughs, some colleagues paint a less flattering picture. One such story comes from comedian Steve Brown, who claims his loyalty to Rickey ended in disaster. Steve revealed that early in his career, he worked as Rickey's opener and relied heavily on him for gigs and support while trying to break into comedy. He says his trust in Rickey's promises left him blindsided when the opportunities he expected suddenly dried up, leaving him and his young son homeless. Steve shared his heartbreak, saying,
For short, behind this guy, me being loyal to him and me depending on him to get me shows because I was his opener, I ended up homeless with me and my oldest son.
To make things even harder, Steve Brown felt that Rickey Smiley didn't seem to care about his own actions, or lack thereof, and how it affected his life. Instead of stepping in to help or even acknowledge the situation, Rickey appeared to brush it off entirely. But the drama doesn't stop there. Steve also claims that Rickey used one of his original comedy bits in a special, essentially stealing his material. According to Steve, this wasn't just a one-time misunderstanding. It left him feeling blackballed in the industry. Other comedians reportedly noticed the theft, but by then, the damage to Steve's reputation had already been done. Imagine working tirelessly to create something unique, only to watch someone else profit from it while you're struggling just to get by. That's the reality Steve says he faced. Sometimes you have people that just don't care, he reflected. They play the victim, tell their own side of the story. But as time goes on, you grow, you learn, and you realize what really happened. Steve isn't the only one with grievances. Other former co-workers have also spoken out, accusing Rickey of fostering a toxic work environment. They describe their experiences as downright miserable, sharing stories of mistreatment and disrespect. What makes all these claims so wild is how much they clash with Rickey Smiley's public image. This is a guy who's always preaching about helping others and giving back to the community. But if you ask Steve Brown and a few others, Rickey's actions don't always match his words. And honestly, for someone with his level of influence, that's a letdown. It's not just disappointing, it paints a picture of someone who might be all about the spotlight, even if it means stepping on the people around him. But let's give credit where it's due. Steve Brown isn't stuck in the past. He's learned a thing or two from the drama and seems to be thriving despite it. He swapped out friendship for professionalism, now seeing his fellow comedians as colleagues rather than buddies. And let's be real, in a cutthroat industry like comedy, that's probably the way to go if you want to protect your peace. Now, just when you think Ricky's story couldn't get messier, here comes another curveball. This time, it's not about stolen jokes or loyalty, it's about a controversial comment he made on his radio show. Ricky's known for his sharp humor, but this time it cut too deep. The joke targeted dark-skinned women, and let's just say it didn't set well with a lot of people. The backlash was swift, with fans and critics alike calling out how the joke played into harmful stereotypes rooted in colorism. For many, it wasn't just an insensitive comment, it was a gut-punch reminder of the ongoing battle against beauty standards that unfairly put dark-skinned women at the bottom of the totem pole. Now here's the thing about colorism. It's not just some casual bias. It's a deep-rooted issue tied to colonialism and systemic racism, where lighter skin is seen as more desirable because of its proximity to whiteness. Ricky's joke didn't just tap into those prejudices, it seemed to amplify them, sending a message that darker skin isn't as beautiful or valued. As if the backlash wasn't enough, Rickey tried to diffuse the tension by turning the humor inward, making self-deprecating jokes about his own darker skin tone. But instead of easing the tension, it only made things worse. Critics pointed out that his comments highlighted a form of internalized bias, an unsettling reminder of how deeply colorism impacts those who are affected by it. It was as though he was laughing at himself to make the problem go away, but it only amplified the discomfort. In trying to make light of the situation, it seemed as though he too viewed darker skin as something to be ridiculed. But the drama didn't end there. It turned out that Ricky's son had also revealed some troubling personal views. Specifically, that he could never date a black woman. And this led to even more backlash. It was a comment that stirred up questions about why his son couldn't date someone who makes him happy, regardless of their skin color. The controversy seemed to keep escalating. And as if the jokes and comments weren't enough to fuel the fire, things got even more complicated when a former girlfriend of Ricky's stepped into the spotlight with a bold open letter that painted a troubling picture of their relationship. Her post, which spread like wildfire online, detailed allegations of emotional manipulation, disrespectful behavior, and volatile incidents. While her account is still her personal perspective, it definitely added fuel to the growing scrutiny surrounding Ricky's character. She began her letter by recalling how they met in April 2014 at his Atlanta radio station, describing how their relationship started on a high note. She was initially drawn to his seemingly humble spirit, but as time went on, she saw a very different side of him. According to her, Ricky's initial charm was just a facade, and soon she found herself dealing with troubling patterns of behavior. Things moved quickly between the two, and just months after they started dating, she moved in with him. However, by December 2014, she was out, though their on and off relationship continued for another 2 years. According to her, Ricky's behavior fluctuated wildly. One moment he was loving and affectionate, and the next, he was sending degrading messages. She shared examples of him texting, "I love you" one minute, only to follow it up with an insult moments later. Such erratic behavior left her feeling belittled and disrespected, and she detailed several incidents that illustrated the turbulent nature of their relationship. One of the most disturbing incidents that Rickey Smiley's ex-girlfriend recounted was a physical altercation outside his apartment complex in April 2016. She had gone to visit him after not hearing from him as planned, only to be told to leave because apparently he had company. Feeling hurt and betrayed as his girlfriend, she confronted him, and things quickly spiraled into an argument that allegedly turned physical. Now, she admitted to slapping him in a moment of frustration, and later, she called the police. Even though Rickey allegedly apologized afterward, she claimed he started referring to the incident as a turn-on, which completely unsettled her. But that wasn't the end of it. She also accused Rickey of spreading negative stories about her to his family, friends, and even co-workers, further straining their already fragile relationship. Despite all the emotional turmoil, she admitted that she still had lingering feelings for him, but she couldn't ignore what she saw as a troubling inability to treat women with respect. She even hinted at his personal struggles, hoping that he might seek some spiritual guidance to address his deep-seated issues. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, she revealed more about the toxic dynamic between them. Rickey allegedly had serious trust issues and would often accuse her of cheating without any evidence. One incident she mentioned in December 2016 was particularly bizarre. He allegedly got furious when he thought she had another man in her home, simply because she had him on speakerphone while she was getting dressed. Despite her attempts to calm him down and reassure him, the situation escalated into yet another heated argument, highlighting the deep mistrust and volatility in their relationship. But what really stood out in her letter was her frustration with Rickey's double life. On one hand, he was this beloved public figure, known for his philanthropy and community work, admired by fans and peers alike. On the other hand, behind closed doors, she described him as manipulative, inconsistent, and frankly, not the man he portrayed himself to be. She acknowledged the positive impact he's had through his career, but she emphasized that the integrity he showed in his professional life didn't seem to carry over into their personal relationship. It was like a whole different person was showing up at home. And this wasn't just about their personal fallout. As the controversy surrounding Rickey continued to unfold, his family life started to get scrutinized too. One of the most shocking incidents surrounding Rickey Smiley involves the tragic death of his nephew, which some family members believe was partially influenced by Rickey's actions. Rickey went on a public rant about a family member refusing to cut his dreadlocks for what Rickey claimed was a six-figure job opportunity. However, it turned out that the job didn't actually require the hairstyle change, but Rickey insisted it was necessary and pressured his relative to comply. This disagreement quickly became a public spectacle when Rickey took to social media to vent his signature no-nonsense outspoken style. The story went viral, sparking debates about personal choice, family dynamics, and the pressure to conform to professional standards. Tragically, not long after this public feud, Rickey's nephew took his own life, reportedly by overdosing on pills. The nephew's sister took to Facebook, expressing her heartbreak and directly accusing Rickey of contributing to the immense pressure her brother felt. She said,
"And my brother never got over that. He never recovered from that. But whatever it was, I don't know the connection of what he looked up to Rickey. He never recovered."
In response, Rickey posted a video defending his actions, sharing deeply personal messages exchanged between him and his nephew in the days leading up to the tragedy. He tried to paint a picture of his positive influence, even including testimonials from other men he claimed to have mentored successfully. However, some viewers found this move troubling, seeing it as an attempt to shift blame and control the narrative while exposing intimate family moments during a time of grief. With all the scandals surrounding Rickey Smiley, it's no wonder that Katt Williams has had enough. For years, Rickey Smiley has called him a liar, attacked his character, and questioned his credibility. But now it seems Katt is finally ready to set the record straight. Katt Williams has always been one to speak his mind, whether it's calling out the entertainment industry or exposing the hypocrisy that runs deep in it. And now it seems like the tables have turned. He's not holding back anymore. And when Katt Williams decides to spill the tea, you know it's going to be explosive. For a long time, Katt and Rickey have been at odds, but it's clear that Katt's frustration has reached its breaking point. He's been through the ups and downs of the comedy world, and he's seen behind the curtain of the showbiz facade. From the shady incidents at Club Shay Shay to bombshell confirmations about Rickey's actions behind the scenes with some of the biggest names in the industry, Katt Williams is about to reveal everything. He's not afraid to name names and drop receipts. After all, this is the man who once famously said, "I'm not a gangster, I'm just a comedian who has no problem telling the truth." And when Katt starts speaking, you know it's not going to be a soft blow. He's bringing the heat, and he's pulling no punches. From Ice Cube's involvement to the behind-the-scenes dirt on the industry's biggest players, Katt is ready to take down any and all of the pretenders. And Rickey Smiley is front and center in his crosshairs. You can almost feel the intensity building, knowing that once Katt unleashes his truth bombs, the whole entertainment world might be rocked to its core. So what do you think about this? Do you think Katt Williams was right all along? Comment down below and let us know your thoughts. While we wait for more updates, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos as well. See you there.